Hello everyone and welcome to my very first Let's Play. We'll be playing Dark Souls, the Prepare to Die edition on the PC. Part of this will be a blind playthrough. I had this originally on the Xbox 360 and I never got the download content, so that section will be completely new to me. The game's kind of known for its harsh difficulty level. You know, a lot of the enemies can and will kill you. Once you learn their patterns, sometimes they're not too bad. There are some aggravating parts of this game, but we'll soldier through them and hopefully be able to beat it without dying too many times or using a whole lot of colorful language. Right now, for this video, we're going to create our character and we're going to listen to the intro. And we may go ahead and do the Northern Undead Asylum, which is the tutorial area. We'll see how long the video is after the intro. So here we go. Let's click new game. This I actually have to type in. Nice. It's gonna be one of those days. Sex has no bearing except on appearance. Class really just sets your starting stats and your starting weapons. It really only matters if you want to play as some type of magic user right off the bat. There are some people, like the cleric has a pretty high faith, but you can actually get a catalyst fairly early in the game. So you can actually, if you want to use clerical magic, you can actually choose one of these other classes that has pretty decent faith, and you should be able to gain the levels necessary to use the catalyst you find right at the very beginning of the Firelink Shrine. Excuse me. What we'll start out with is a Pyromancer. It's a fairly decent class for beginners. You'll be able to cast a fireball from the very start of the game. Pretty decent strength, decent resistance. Not really a superstar in faith or dexterity, but we will improve those over time. So let's go ahead and click Pyromancer and gift. A lot of these, like Twin Humanity, Black Firebomb, you will find those in the game. I always choose the Master Key just because that helps me get a few weapons at the beginning of the game. Let's see, it doesn't really matter just do average. And we kind of look like Mr. Clean. Yeah, that's fine. You're going to be undead for most of the game, so you know. You're not really going to see that portrait on the right a whole lot. Alright. And we go to the intro.
In the age of ancients, the world was unfolded, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arched trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Into the first of the dead. The witch of Isolith
Okay, stirring intro.
Yes, indeed. The dark side brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Okay, here we go. So you will start out with whatever armor your character has, which is all of this tattered stuff. And you start out with a crappy broken sword, which much later in the game can be turned into one of the best swords in the game. But we'll collect this key and open up. And these soapstones, these orange soapstone signs here, are basically just tutorials on how to lock on the enemies and do a tag and to move and do cameras and all of the good fun tutorial stuff. Now this guy you will meet when you come back to the Northern Undead Asylum. Sorry. This guy, his attacks are very much like the tutorial boss, except he hits a lot harder and he's got a lot more hit points. But we'll worry about him several videos later. And these guys don't give you much in the way of souls, but I'm a bastard, so I kill them anyway. The armor we're wearing is still under the limit that we can actually roll and do a lot of the dodges effectively. Just step back, you get your rolls. You have to be very careful of weight in this game on your character, or this roll turns into something a lot slower. Like this bonfire, which really doesn't do anything except set our starting point should we die. There's not a whole lot we can do right now. And you'll meet the tutorial boss in here at first, but we don't really have the items needed to kill him effectively. You can actually hack him to death with what we've got, but frankly it takes forever, and the item that he drops I'm not going to use, so I'm just going to go right in here and we'll proceed to tear up stuff. And got another bonfire right here. Again, not doing a whole lot right now. Gotta be careful right here. There's an archer. So just want to run around. And we'll get our shield, which we will equip right away. Now this is the crappy starting shield that you saw in the picture when I was creating my character. You just keep your shield up and he'll run away. We'll take a left and we'll get our hand axe, which is our starting weapon. And that's one reason you don't want to fight that boss right away. You just don't have the weapons that you should, or any way of healing hit points should he happen to hit you. Plus, like I say, you don't ever use the stupid thing. Oh, come on. I need a backstab. Oh well. Now, like Demon Souls, its spiritual predecessor, you'll see a lot of this traversing white light throughout the game. immediately here you see the knight that helped us, and that's the first bonfire. This is basically just made a loop. That white glowing item over there is an iron ring. We cannot get to that yet. We'll have to actually come back to the asylum to get that item. So we're just going to head this way. You see there's this little crack here in the wall and this boulder up here, so a little foreshadowing will tell you that that boulder's going to fall through the wall, and now we'll get a little cutscene with this guy.
Oh, you. Oh no, Hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, and then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something. You and I are both undead. Here we are.
Okay.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There was an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. Thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. Now ringeth the bell of awakening. Thy fate of the undead shall show. Well, now you know. And I come down with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Okay, and that's how we heal. And that's what those orange soapstone signs that just showed up will tell you.
Oh, and this.
Right.
Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death.
Foreshadowing.
So go now. And thank you.
Okay, so he gives us the ability to heal. And then he offs himself. Like that. I get 100 souls for that. Thank you, good Sir Knight. He will be back later. If you come back, he'll be back and he will attack you. And he's a fairly decent fight. Just go heal a little bit. Alright. Let's finish this up. Okay, the boulder's gone. Beware your trap. Oh. And right now, the fighting is not exactly complicated. You're facing most guys one-on-one. They're fairly weak. Let's see, that should be my Pyromancer flame. You have to. The only thing you really have to be careful about, especially in the beginning, if you're new to this game, is that you really have to be careful equipping stuff. The game just doesn't stop when you go to the pause screen. It continues to play, so just be careful when you equip new stuff. Miss me. Well. Alright. Run down here. And this door right here has to be opened with a key you find later on. That is a backstab. And it didn't kill him. Really. Okay. You actually get a few more souls for backstabbing, and obviously you do more damage, and that's locked. Like I say, we'll get that key later. That leads to the ring. Alright, now we're going to fight the first boss, the tutorial boss, and we get a little bit of an advantage because we get to drop attack him, which does a lot more damage. About a quarter of his health right there. Now just keep him on the side. Keep your shield up. 2 hands and just... He's not on the face, but this is going to be a short fight. There you go. Ooh. He does hurt if he actually hits you. It really sucks when you roll into his freaking knee. But Pyromancer is a huge hitter when it comes to this guy. And so I get the key to get out of here. A fair amount of souls. Some humanity. And I missed out on the big hammer, which is the weapon he uses, but that's, again, not a big deal. I won't ever use it anyway. So we've got 2 little areas left. We'll run up here. Go this way for souls. That's basically just an item that when you use it, you get a certain amount of souls. And we'll see the merchant.
You give me warm, you give me soft.
Okay, so basically what you can do is with this merchant kind of works on a barter system. You can leave certain items in this nest, and when you restart the game, he will replace it with a different item. Right now we don't have squat, so we're just going to leave. And we'll head up here for a little cutscene.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
Okay.
To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Okay, so we're at Firelink Shrine, and I think we're going to stop the video here. Until then, I will see you later. Thank you.